So guys, we don't know how this happened, but this one slipped out of our radar. Is it because it's forgettable? Well, let's talk about the Edifier W2 the Edifier W240TN. Goedendag weer, DHRME. Dude has some random missing elements.
Although these buds may have missed our attention, they certainly won't if you see them in our ears. That design is very protrusive. They stick out quite a bit, giving you that classic Frankenstein look, or the Bowers & Wilkins PI7 if you will. Also a traumatizing set of buds for all the wrong reasons. Anyway, the Edifiers look like bolts in your ears that you screw into your conchas, but there are advantages beyond the Halloween-inspired look. The elevated piece can be held onto comfortably to make any adjustments in the ear without accidentally hitting the controls. And speaking of controls, you get buttons. We like buttons here on the channel, and these are responsive and clicky. The downsides with buttons is that they push the buds deeper into your ear, and that can be uncomfortable. Speaking of comfort though, you get 4 pairs of oval-shaped tips in the box. Oval tips generally score well for comfort. Think of the AirPods Pro or the One More Evo. But depending on your ears, the fit may not be great, and that's surprisingly not the case with these. Pretty solid fit, and if all that fitness talk is making you break a sweat, then no sweat. These are IP55 dust and water resistant. So really, some of the best rating for your sweaty but also dusty workouts. Apart from the tips, you get a Type-C cable. Standard stuff. But hold on to a cable though, because there's no wireless charging on board.
You do get above average battery life with 7 hours on the buds and 14 hours from the case, giving you a total of 21 hours with ANC on. Yes, we pride ourselves on our math skills on the channel. Poke like if you want us to do math tutorials. Coming back to the case though, it light, like proper light. Let us compare them with a few other true wireless buds. A lighter weight usually means less tech on board. Well, at $80, you're going to expect some corner cutting. Let's see if there are really any missing corners.
We kept our expectations in check for the Edifier's noise cancelling ability for the price point, but color is impressed. The ANC is very decent. It's at the level of the Sony LinkBuds S. Not as good as the NeoBuds Pro, but not far off either. Transparency mode on these are pretty good too, albeit with noticeable white noise. Not exactly like having nothing in the ears, but still good enough to go about your business in the ambient world we live in. In the app, you can toggle between ANC off, ANC on, and ambient mode. There are no fancy sliders for ANC, but you do get one for the ambient mode from -3 to 3. The higher you go, the wider the noise becomes. Apart from that, pressing and holding either bud will toggle through the ANC modes. The only thing you can change is which modes you like to cycle between. We like all or nothing, and so we've set it to ANC and ambient mode. On the topic of the app and controls, you are presented with control configurations from when you're on a call or not. When you're not on a call, you adjust what a double or triple press does, as well as a press and hold. Not very exhaustive, unfortunately. The rest of the app is rather basic once you look past all the marketing and shopping you can do. There's a low latency game mode, and you get 2 EQ presets as well as a custom one with a 4-band EQ.
In terms of sound, these are fairly balanced sounding buds. I really like the nature of their sound and enjoy all genres of music on it. What really stands out is the clarity on the mids, vocals or lead instruments. The treble is never grating and the bass is sufficient. What was slightly missing and surprising, considering that this is the company that gave us the NeoBuds Pro, was the lighter sub-bass slam. It reminds us a lot of the Lipotech Z5, where the lowest of low ends is just that teeny bit lacking. It's like the Jabra Elite 5 but with less brightness, making it perfect for music and podcasts alike. The soundstage isn't too wide and almost all genres except bass heavy ones, scratch that, all genres except sub-bass heavy ones shine. No weird timbre issues, and overall these coaxial dual dynamic drivers make music sound clear and rich. And at this price, nice. Except maybe if you're a spec geek, in which case you'd probably point out how there are no high-res codecs on board and only SBC. The standard Bluetooth codec, yes, SBC. When was the last time you heard that before? But you know what? Good hardware and a good DSP crush codecs every time. So yes, Edifier is losing out by not even including AAC, but we think these still sound pretty good, codec-gasm or not.
Edifier is making a big deal about the phone call with its AI noise cancelling. So How do these fare? Well, take a listen to them versus the Sony Link Buds S.
So here we have the Sony Link Buds S in noisy conditions with cars passing by. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. So this is a mic test in slightly noisy conditions of the Edifier W240TN. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Here we have the Edifier WB240TN in windy conditions. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Test. 1, 2, 3. And now we have the Sony Link Buds S in slightly windy conditions. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing. 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was a bit windier than the Edifier.
Both the Edifier and the Sony have the same idea here, so it's a good comparison. We didn't include samples in quiet conditions as we assume most buds can do that these days, but the Edifier's AI falls apart spectacularly in windy conditions and noisy conditions. And what it's doing is really trying to eliminate any disturbances. So while this might lead to a more pleasant experience in milder conditions, it's not going to be the most reliable and anything more than a gentle breeze. The Sony also struggled with louder noise, but in our day-to-day testing, most people have said that the Sony performs well. So we would not be able to recommend the Edifier for very loud conditions for calls. The Fuckman wouldn't be completely satisfied either, because you can answer or hang up a call using the buttons on the buds and you can mute or unmute, but sadly, no volume controls.
So for 80 bucks, what do you not get? Well, there's no multi-point, no in-ear sensor for auto pausing, and then you have that shady Edifier app with its weird app permissions and 75% marketing material. These are very good buds at this price, but when you compare it to something like the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2, you do start doubting. The Galaxy Buds 2 sounds great, comes with wireless charging, auto pause, and a better transparency mode. Overall, the Edifier W240TN might have slipped under the radar due to the rather forgettable name, but we think these are very solid buds, especially for this price. You've been WXT3804TN, and we've been DHRME. Namaste.